Now things are getting very confusing on the political scene in Kenya, yeah, and especially within the ruling Jubilee party. Imagine the following scenario. You're a Jubilee legislator and you're called to State House by President Uhuru Kenyatta, yeah, of course for a reprimand. And after the meeting, you come from State House and then you call a press conference criticizing the president. You make a very strong statement with biting remarks. Remarks like, the president is idle, that is why he's interfering with parliament. What? Now, of course, I'm referring to the Nandi Hills MP, Bwana Alfred Keter, who has kicked up quite a storm politically, and especially at this sensitive time when the Jubilee government is trying to settle in, even amid a lot of pressure from the NASA side. His move has really brought a lot of question marks on the minds of people. His move has really unsettled even a lot of people within the Jubilee party. So, what's really going on here? Now, those who know Alfred Keter will not be surprised, because this is a man who is always in the mix. Yes, he's always in the middle of controversy. His specialty is going after big fish. His specialty is touching on subjects and issues that others fear, yeah, even to mention. He was first elected to parliament in 2013, and he did not waste a second. He landed in parliament both guns of his barrel firing. Within a very short time after the new parliament settled in 2013, everybody knew this fairy legislator from Nandi Hills. Yeah, everybody was talking about Alfred Keter. His first target, and indeed his favorite target over the years, DP William Ruto. Now, the man really ruffled feathers when he strongly criticized the SGR project, yeah? You know, Uhuruto's pet project. He was quoted as saying the project had actually cost 3 times what it should cost, yes? And it had been awarded in a very, very fishy manner. Now, his biting criticism even got to the president. In one very interesting encounter, there was a meeting in the Rift Valley, and the president banned Bwana Keter from addressing the public. Yeah, so other legislators, other people, other speakers spoke, but Keter was banned from addressing that particular meeting where the president was in attendance. Now, this is a man who has been very consistent in his outspokenness. Yeah. Now, the NYS issue, maybe this is the one most people remember. When the NYS issue broke, yeah, and Aden Duale was mentioned adversely, yeah, in an affidavit by the person who is now governor of Kirinyaga, Uhuru, Keter quickly shot up and demanded the immediate resignation of Aden Duale and Murkomen, Senator Kipchumba Murkomen. In short, this is a guy of drama. Huyu ni mtu wa drama nyingi sana. And so he seems to be at it again, calling a press conference to criticize the president. Hey, I mean, who does that? Gosh. So is this the usual Keter, or there's a bigger issue here? Yeah, is this the usual attacks? Yeah, that he always has, especially against authority. By the way, you know, he was expelled from Egerton University where he was a student. Yeah, and it seems his specialty is what he really enjoys or what he thrives on. His passion is attacking people in authority. Anyway, let's focus on the current developments, because this guy his file is so bulky that if we spend too much time discussing it, we'll have no time to discuss the issue at hand. That is really the truth. Now, this latest controversy is all centered around Bwana Keter and 3 other legislators who were elected to House committees and then later were asked by DP Ruto to resign. Actually, I think if we follow the right sequence of what happened, it's instructive, yeah, there's something there. Actually, the first person who asked them to resign was Majority Leader Aden Duale. They refused. Kwa hivyo wakaitiwa DP Ruto. So DP Ruto also did not succeed in convincing them to resign. So obviously, finally, they were summoned to State House. Yeah, and they're still adamant. After this State House visit is when the guy comes, calls a press conference, and says the executive is interfering with the legislature. Yeah, and even goes beyond that and makes a comment which is bordering on the personal by saying the president seems to be very idle, that now is interfering with the parliament. Now the big question political analysts are asking is, are these the usual domains surrounding Keter within the Jubilee party, or is there something much bigger here? Now some analysts are getting very excited and they're rubbing their hands with glee and saying, hapa iko kitu. Definitely there's something bigger. Now, in case you need to know, actually you need to know, the other three legislators are Bwana Silas Tiren, who is the Moiben Member of Parliament, David Bowen, who is Marakwet, and Alex Kosgei, who's from Engwen. Okay? These are the four musketeers, yeah? Or shall we call them the rogue Jubilee legislators? Okay, we have to admit that this thing of asking people who have already been elected to House committees to resign is unprecedented. It is something new. And it's a big puzzle why Jubilee are insisting on doing it. Why insist on putting pressure on MPs to resign from House committees? That is a puzzle. It is a puzzle, although we know since 2013, the executive has been micromanaging Parliament. Yeah, that's the truth. Those who crafted the Constitution envisaged a situation whereby the president would have to talk to several political parties to get his agenda through Parliament. Indeed, looking at the new Constitution in 2010, it looked very unlikely that any other president would be powerful by having, a majority in the legislature. Yeah, but in 2013, Kenyans were in for a shock. Yeah, the party formed Jubilee. The party called Jubilee, united with another party called URP, which belonged, of course, to Bwana Ruto, DP Ruto at the time. And together the two parties had a majority in Parliament. And so, during Uhuru Kenyatta's first term from 2013, Parliament has really been a rubber stamp for the executive. That is the truth. The way things ran is Majority Leader Eden Duale ran to State House, and then he came back with the bills. Yeah, so all the ideas were being hatched in the precincts of State House and then pushed through Parliament. And at times when the opposition got a bit curly, the opposition became a hindrance. Mysteriously, after a short while, you would see a number of opposition legislators working gearbox and supporting the government with their bills. So with that kind of scenario, it becomes more than a little confusing when Alfred Keter calls a press conference and says the executive is trying to control the legislature. Strange, because we know from 2013 that is exactly what has been happening. So what else is new, Bwana Keter? Actually, it is this fact that has made some analysts, or rather has convinced some analysts that hapa iko kitu, that something is brewing here and it might be something very big. Some have even said it is the beginning of some kind of rebellion from Rift Valley members of Parliament against the Jubilee government. They are saying it is the early signs of a major split within the Jubilee party between the former URP wing and the former TNA wing on one side. Now, in my view, those who are saying this are not analyzing. What they are doing is simply speculating. Those two are very different. It is speculation because these analysts are not backing what they are saying with facts or pointers that we can look at and say, yes, you're probably right. They don't have that. Because if, for instance, these legislators align themselves with the DP Ruto, then we would know what is going on. We would know that this is 2022 politics. This is the strain within Jubilee. between the former URP and the former TNA wings, respectively. But what has happened here is that these legislators have walked out on their brother, on their man, from the same region, DP William Ruto. Actually, the most possible scenario here is that what we're experiencing here are just political games. Actually, I should not have used the word just, because these are very serious political games. And it is all about 2022, or so it seems. Actually, this is one of those political situations where instead of doing a rash, immediate analysis, you just observe and wait for the situation to unfold further. Because sooner or later, the telltale signs of exactly what is going on here will pop up. And so all we can do before then is to carefully observe unfolding events, to carefully track press statements by Bwana Keter and his three friends, and then we see where it leads. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.